everyone. Welcome to this edition of Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel. Thank you so much for subscribing, because if you're listening to this, we know you are. So thank you, and thank you. We have an interesting topic for this week. We are going to be talking about live action movies with talking animals. And here is my talking wife, the lovely Carrie. How are you doing today?
Not a puppet.
Not a puppet. Not a puppet. How are you doing, though?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am so good.
I'm hopeful, though, that I understood the assignment correctly.
Okay.
You had mentioned talking animals.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get a ruling on this. Is
okay.
it animals or fictional characters?
So let me kind of lay things out here. The movies that we're talking about, live action, so you have to have live actors in this, so no fully animated films. We recognize that not every animal actually talks in real life, no matter how many times you talk to your cat at home. I've
had the best conversations with our pup.
Right? I get it, but regardless of whether you think you understand her, she's probably just sitting there going, treat, 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 nap. That's about it. So the animal, of course, can either be animatronic or CGI, but the animal must be talking. And it does not have to be a quote-unquote real animal. So if you're talking a griffin or a unicorn or whatever the case may be, so long as it is animal-like, so you can justify a lot in animal-like, if you will, but it has to be live action film with either a CGI or animatronic talking animal. So hopefully that clarifies things for you.
How about a puppet?
So long as it's an animal puppet, I think I'll allow it. So long as it's not like played to be like a straight up sock puppet kind of thing,
like Fraggle Rock, Elf.
Yeah, but Elf's a TV
what was
show,
the one
not
with
a
that
movie.
Dog?
Well, that's Fraggle Rock.
No, the dog.
The dog?
Yeah, it was on late night. It was a guy, and he would drink beer, kind of like Al Bundy, but not. And he would talk to his dog, a shaggy dog.
I think you're having a fever dream at this point.
No, I'm not.
No. Exactly how many drugs are you doing at night?
I'm gonna have to search.
Talking to the dog, man.
I'm gonna search this up. I'm gonna search. I knew I shouldn't have gone there without having my information backed up. But
and unfortunately, right now, anyone who's listening to this in like the States or somewhere around the world that's not Canada, they'll be like, "What crackhead Canadian programming are you guys watching?"
It was like Elf, but it was a dude like Al Bundy, and he would pop a beer and he would talk to his puppet dog. It was like a shaggy kind of.
I'm starting to question your.
The dog was a puppet. Oh my God!
Do we need a wellness check?
It was like it was as if Alf met Married with Children.
Okay, so let me try and clear this up. If Greg the Bunny were a movie, that would qualify because it's an animal puppet, I guess.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
All right.
And for those of you who are wondering about the whole CGI thing, so when you take a look at Scooby-Doo, okay, the movies with Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr., those would qualify. Obviously, Scoob is, a CGI dog, but everyone else is live action. The movie Scoob would not qualify because it's fully animated. So hopefully that kind of puts to rest, or at least hopefully possibly answers any questions here. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through some of these movies and pick what we would call our keep movie, our watch movie, and our pass movie. The keep, obviously, one we would sit there and go, oh. The watch movie would be one and go, eh. And then the pass movie would be like, oh. So hopefully in monosyllabic grunts, you completely understand what I'm talking about here. And Carrie, I'm going to let you start with this one here. What live action movie with a talking animal do you have as your keep?
Ooh, I get to start.
You get to start.
I am so excited about this one because actually it's a throwback to a movie that we talked about on It's Not That Bad. I'm here to once again defend and say that I will keep the Smurfs movie, 1 or 2.
Okay.
I really
that's real. That would count.
I like the first. Well, no, it's the Smurfs, right? because they were.
I don't know if I qualify them as. I mean,
they
as
were
Riel
in their
talks,
hands. They scooped the little Smurfs up and put them in their hands. So they're real enough.
I mean, Azrael talks in his own way, so I'll let it slide. But I wouldn't qualify a Smurf as a talking animal. I'm sure the Smurfs wouldn't like to be called animals.
Well, that's why I was saying, is it just animal, or is it at one point when I
mythical
asked
creature?
You, it's a mythical creature.
I think it's borderline because you can count Azrael as a talking, albeit mumbling kind of. You really got to listen carefully, but you know what Azrael is saying,
right?
But I can see the Smurfs actually working as that film. I mean, they are surprisingly really good films. Like here's a franchise that. If someone showed you an animated, like, from like the 70s, 80s kind of thing, if someone showed you one of those cartoons of the person said, yeah, we're going to do a live action on this, and it's actually going to be really good, you'd sit there and go, you on crack. But
Hank Azaria as Gargamel was perfection.
Oh, it's pristine casting through all three movies, even the third one, which is completely CGI, so that wouldn't qualify for this episode. But all three films, the voice cast, perfect. The live action cast, perfect. I can't disagree with you having either of the Smurfs films as your keep. But if you had to pick between the first two, which one would you qualify as the keep?
You know what? I think I've got to go with the first one.
That's what I thought too, yeah. Like, it's good. It's fun. And the thing is, like a smartly written movie would do when you're dealing with a franchise like that, it was faithful to the franchise, but also made fun of the franchise as well. So kids are going to like it because there's a lot of action and a lot of funny stuff going on. Parents are going to like it because they get to have a chuckle. And that's the thing. It's not laughing at the Smurfs. It's laughing with the Smurfs in the writing of this film. All right. I actually did not touch any of the Smurfs films for mine, but I think you're going to agree, hopefully, with my keep. Because I'm going with the first Men in Black film. Because you got Frank the Talking Pug.
Yep.
Right? I mean, yes, and it's funny as hell, right? Men in Black, one of those rare, like non-Marvel, non-DC comic book films that just exploded really well. And, the fact that it spawned multiple sequels as well, regardless of whatever you think of the sequels or not, it's a good film. It's Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith play off each other so well. And yeah, Frank the Talking Pug, absolutely love him.
Sugar in water.
And it's quotable too. And that's the funny thing, right? Like the Men in Black movies are I even liked Men in Black International. I know not a lot of people did. I liked it for what it was. I wasn't going in expecting anything as good as the first one. But it was still good. It was still good enough, I guess. Okay. My watch movie, however, goes back to more of the kids' side of things. My watch movie is Peter Rabbit. I'm curious now. Did you actually have that one as well?
As my watch, yes.
Nice.
But I will say, I'm super excited. I cannot wait to get a movie ticket to go and see Strays because I want to see me some swearing dogs. But I digress. I did indeed pick Peter Rabbit as my watch as well.
It is so... It's
so cute.
I don't know if I've ever had the opportunity to call a movie delightful, but the Peter Rabbit movies, to me, are almost impossible to not qualify as delightful. Right? The rabbits are fun. The love story is cute. There's a lot going on there, and it's family friendly. The kids enjoyed it when they watched it. Like, how can you not have fun watching this film? All right, so my watch was your watch. We've both done our keep, so I'm gonna give you the microphone.
Oh, I get the pass.
Yeah, you get to announce your pass film.
I am so sorry to the Iron Man himself. I have to go with Doolittle.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So
Robert Downey Jr.,
what was it about Doolittle? Because I mean, I didn't mind the film, but why did it turn you off?
Oh, you know what? I found it
not delightful.
I found it not delightful. I found it predictable, and as a result, kind of, it's almost kind of like if you know what's going to happen, then it just seemed like a waste of 2 hours. I don't know. I didn't particularly connect with any of the characters. The talking animals, they were cute, but it wasn't super funny or anything like that. It was just kind of like, okay,
I get it.
It was meh.
I mean, I can see that. It was, considering that Robert Downey Jr. is the star. And Robert Downey Jr. is such a talented actor. He really is. It felt like not the right property for him. Like, it almost felt like he was trying to hide too much in character through accent and antics. And,
I wonder if I had too high of expectations.
That's quite possible too, because you're talking about coming off of Avengers level, and we're also talking him having played Sherlock Holmes and a number of other films that he has absolutely slayed in. So when you see this big budget film with lots going on in a family setting, and it's Robert Downey Jr. and the whole thing centers around him, and then you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And then you get in there, it's like, oh, it's not delightful. Not the film for my past, though.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to need a Snickers bar after this one.
Uh-oh, get the soapbox.
Because we are about to talk about a film that in the long, long history of me watching movies, that's a long history, this might be the worst piece of drivelly that I have ever seen put to film. To the point of you sit there and go, the you smoking making this film? Pups Alone.
Oh, yeah.
So let me explain. One Christmas night, saw this movie on Roku, and it's like, okay, it looks like a fun kind of thing, and the kids like the Home Alone movies, and this is like the animal version of Home Alone, and it could be cute, it could be fun, yeah, it'll be low budget, whatever, but and then you watch, you're like, is this?
Is this because of the animals, though, or Dolph Lundgren?
Oh, Dolph Lundgren doesn't help. Dolph Lundgren does not help in this at all. The horrible editing, the horrible camera work, like the nonsensical action that's going on. Like I have the ability to suspend a lot of disbelief, but holy this movie is asking a lot of that suspension of disbelief, when you're watching this. It's not funny. It's not fun. It's annoying as hell. It's budget. Like, it's budget.
Wow.
Like,
you want a Snickers?
Oh, and there's a scene, if I remember correctly, it's Eric Roberts, and he has a very small part in the film, and he at one point he just looks in, this is the last scene with him, right? He looks in the door, and like people are doing stupid shit, and he goes, I don't even know. And it's like, boom, all of a sudden, like, that's the last we see of Eric Roberts. Is like, okay, you said the quiet part out loud about this film. Clearly you needed a paycheck. And I do appreciate that not every film is going to be top quality. You said Doolittle was meh. This made Doolittle look like frickin' Iron Man. It was that bad. Like, I try my best. I do. I try my best to not crap on the movies that we talk about because, yes, it's true that in every stinky pile of celluloid, there's going to be a silver lining somewhere. This film is complete darkness.
Next on, it's not that bad.
No. This is a film where I will sit there. If you ever pitch this film, I'm going to sit there and veto it. This will be the only time I ever veto it because I would sit there and say 0%. That's too high.
Wow.
Negative numbers.
It's kind of like asking me to defend Morbius, and I'm like, I can't. I was told if I can't say anything nice, I don't say anything at all.
Right?
My silence speaks. Anyway.
Yeah, but we have a podcast. We have to talk, right? But yeah, no, like...
I'm sorry, Matt Smith. Like, why?
Maybe if you have really young children who don't have a grasp of the English language at that point because they're too young, maybe they might enjoy it. But and even that's stretching it.
It didn't even seem like it was geared towards... It wasn't a children's movie, was it?
That's the thing. It's not like it was like some fun little good moral story kind of thing. Like it wasn't. Like, and I appreciate the idea, like the concept of dogs in a Home Alone kind of environment. It sounded fun, like you have that kind of Secret Life of Pets kind of thing, and that sounds like it's fun. But holy crap, like. I know Dolph Lundgren isn't the greatest of actors, but this made me miss the days of Rocky IV. He dies. Like, seriously. Whew. This isn't just a pass. This is find every copy of this movie, put it in a bonfire, and light it up. That's how much of a pass this film is. Whew.
Can I get you a chocolate bar?
Oh, I'm going to need one after that one here. But go ahead and watch the film. Sure, why not if you like pain and misery. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
When we came up with this topic, I was like, I know exactly what my pass is. Like, immediately. There's zero deliberation in this one. Sometimes you just know, and that film and I will never, ever, ever get along. Whew. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whew.
You okay there, champ?
Dear listeners, I'm sorry you had to hear that. I said some angry words. There were some beeps along the way, but you were here for it, and now I feel better. Therapy. There we go. Podcast movie therapy. I love it. Before we go, Carrie, please let us know what your keep, watch, and pass movies were.
All right. My keep was Smurfs, and I would keep all of them, but most specifically the first of the live action. My watch, we agreed, was Peter Rabbit, and my pass was Doolittle. Sorry.
I know. Honestly, go back and watch Pups Alone. You'll sit there and go, oh, I was so wrong about you, Doolittle.
I actually forgot about that one. That was kind of off my radar because I was really trying to put it behind me.
Yeah.
So thanks for bringing that up.
It's on my radar as the no-fly zone at that point. So my keep was Men in Black, the first one. My watch was Peter Rabbit. Yes, we agreed on that one. And my pass, the hardest pass of all passes, is Pups Alone. Carrie, thank you so much. Listeners, thank you so much for listening to this one. Sorry I had to vent a little bit here, but we're all here together on this one. Let us know what movies you would put as your keep, your watch, or your pass. Hit us up on social media at NotThatBadCast or go to our website at NotThatBadCast.com. Drop us a line. Let us know. We'd love to hear from you guys. Until next time, Carrie, you're lovely. Listeners, yeah, you guys are too. Please don't watch Pups Alone. Save yourself. This is Keep, Watch, Pass. Take care.
Hey folks, Stefan Shirazi and Renee Richardson here from the Metallica Report.
And we are proud members of the Pantheon podcast family, where the best of music and podcasts unite.
We've got something pretty cool for you. We're giving away an exclusive Metallica merch package worth over $250.
That's a whole lot of Scary Guys, Skulls, M72, and other sought-after Metallica swag. And we've made it easy for you to win. Follow and share the Metallica Report, and you're in the game. Go to pantheonpodcast.com/Metallica, enter your email, and hit that button to be entered to win.
And just like that, you're eligible for our monthly exclusive Metallica merch package.
And guess what, rockers? You can enter every month, so just do it. And while we love our global brothers and sisters, the lawyers won't let us ship outside the U.S.